fuck is up, my britches? If you're new here, hello, my name is Brittany, and today we are here to talk about some Spency makeup. Now, I feel like this video, I feel like it needs a disclaimer because I am well aware this is not going to be for everybody. This video is for the people that are nosy as fuck, like me, and want to know if this is good or not. If you're genuinely interested, like if you're not interested, this is not the video for you, okay? I don't want to see the comments down below of that's such a waste of money, stuff like that. Like, I'm well aware that many people feel that makeup is not worth these hefty price points, but I'm over here like, this is what I'm here for. We all know that there's tax write-offs when it comes to creating content, guys. Let me spend the money and I can tell you how I feel about it. That way, if you're genuinely interested, you can decide if you're interested in purchasing the Louis Vuitton beauty. Now, I was fully prepared to come here talking so much shit, but I was humbled real quickly when I unboxed that. So I'm going to get into that. We're here for a time. Saddle up, britches. We're here for the long haul. All aboard the Hot Mess Express. If you're new here, this is live. So if you have any questions in the meantime, I'm here to help you. And if you have any questions after, it's fine. Leave them in the comments down below. And if you're watching the playback, I would recommend watching it like 2x speed. Because as you can see, I have no makeup on. We're going to put the makeup all on. I'm going to show you how I use what I decided to purchase. This was not gifted to me. This is not sponsored. I spent over $600 fucking dollars on this shit. So you're welcome. Okay? Because, listen, if you're not new here, you already know. You're going to get the true tea. Right? I am very critical when it comes to makeup, especially when it comes to luxury. And I'm going to dissect everything. Listen, I even brought out my scale so I could demonstrate just how heavy these motherfuckers are, okay? I'm not your typical luxury makeup channel, all right? I just appreciate and love luxury makeup. It just gets me excited. This is the type of shit that I look forward to. So therefore, which is why I justify making these probably insane purchases, but YOLO, that's what I do, okay? So now that we've got that disclaimer out of the way, I would love it if you guys would give it a thumbs up or thumbs it down. Watch the video all the way through so I could hopefully earn some money back on the investment because we can't earn any affiliate commissions, or at least we can't right now. So if you use the link down below, I labeled it as affiliate in the event that Louis Vuitton is available to be like eventually affiliate. It's a luxury brand. They usually don't do shit like this. I'm even surprised to see the amount of videos that are like PR. Like, I did not expect Louis Vuitton to be sending out PR, but I feel like they did simply because of how expensive these are. So please watch the video all the way through. I do earn money based on views, based on shares and shit like that. Same with TikTok, Instagram. That's how we earn our investments back. So when you guys do those things and participate, comment in the live chat, all that stuff helps this video. That way it gets out to the people that are actually interested in this type of content. So, wow, that was a fucking disclaimer. I wanted to be fully transparent. Like, I'm not going to tolerate those dumbass comments of, why would you waste that kind of money? Like, this is literally why I do this, because I have no problem being the asshole if I'm not happy with something or if I want to dissect something, which is what we're going to do today. It's for the people that are actually interested. And I think once a lot of you see this and see how, to my speculation, I expected this to be at a completely different level luxury, a lot of you are going to watch this and be like, damn. You're going to understand it a little bit more. And hopefully I could demonstrate that for you guys today. Because, listen, especially, one, it's Louis Vuitton, so I expected this to be expensive. It's also in collaboration with Pat McGrath, who is the creative director. Like, automatically, I'm like, money. That stuff costs money. It's going to be expensive. So I was not surprised, like, when we talked about this in our Will I Buy It? I call it my Yes or Yawn series. But, like, when we talked about this, I'm like, am I the only one that's not surprised at how expensive this stuff is? Because, don't get me wrong, it's more expensive than what I expected. But regardless, it's Louis Vuitton. It's going to be expensive. But the way that they executed this, bitch. I'm going to show you. So I already did post a short. Did I tell you guys to like and subscribe and all that stuff? Share it. Would love that for me. I'm going to show you the unboxing that I already posted over on my YouTube Shorts because I was able to get close-ups and stuff like that. That way you can actually see while I'm digging through this all the items that I did pick up because, guys, this packaging is exceptional. Like, easily the best packaging I have ever seen when it comes to makeup in general. Luxury makeup, drugstore makeup, like you fucking name it. This puts every single makeup line to absolute shame. And this was the thing that I'm like, oh, I'm getting this stuff so I could just, like, I fully expected to rip this to shreds because I'm like, okay, $250 for a palette, $160 for lip products. Like, it's insane. These prices are nuts. And that's why everybody's talking about it, is because it's so expensive. But I promise you, you have never experienced packaging like this. Full stop. I mean, I would love to tell you guys right off the bat, I would love to say, like, don't waste your money because it's not worth it. With the level of this packaging, I can't say that. I can't. And I'm going to explain why. Because this is the type of shit that I look forward to. You guys have seen me talk so many times, like, especially with Pat McGrath Labs specifically. Like, I've always been very vocal about how I feel like when there's, like, stickers and stuff like that, I'm very critical. I'm very bougie. Like, I am a packaging snob when it comes to stuff like this, especially when you're dropping this kind of money. But even the fucking dust bags, like, I meant to grab, hold on, I think I got some in my little drawer here. Hold on one second. I meant to grab these before. So just in comparison to just some other brands that I'm going to pull out real quickly, I want to show you, I'm going to keep letting this play out, but I'm just going to give you a general idea at the differences in dust bags, because it's like, okay, so here we have Tom Ford. It's just like it's a cute little dust bag. It's your stereotypical, like, dust bag material. And then you have, like, Louis Vuitton. First of all, you've got the embossing, which is fucking stunning. You've got the monograms over everything. But this, it's, like, stiff. I don't know if this is, I don't know what kind of material this is. Somebody's probably going to be able to correct me. I probably should have looked at this. It says it's 100% polyester. But this is very just, oh, I'm like, why did that stop? It's because it's over. Duh, Brittany. So it's like, just in comparison, like this, it's stiff, it's high quality, it's durable. This, you see how just that little demonstration, this is just going to give you an idea of how just, I'm going to try to do this at the same time and it's not really working. Then we have brands like Chanel. So these are with, like, the little dust bags for the little brushes or whatever, but it's like, comparing it to Louis Vuitton, it's significantly cheaper feeling. It's just, again, like, it's got the stitching around here. This is so extra. Even for the lip products, like, the lip products fit nice and tightly in here. It's got the stitching around here, the embossing, like I said, like, again, it just feels expensive. And let's pull out Dior. Like, you guys know how much I love Dior makeup, right? Feeling these side by side, no comparison. This feels so much more high quality, so much more luxurious. It just feels more expensive. So that's just the fucking dust bags, okay? Some people don't use these. I personally do. I'm telling you, I want to dissect everything. So if you guys have any questions in the meantime, feel free. But this, okay, so this is the dust bag for the eyeshadow palette. So there are little brushes in here. Let me try not to drop anything. These wouldn't be really brushes that I would use because, one, they're so tiny. Like, this could easily be something that I'm like, okay, I could do without this. These do feel a little bit cheaper, but it's got, like, Louis Vuitton on here. Like, these look more, I'm going to say they look more practical in comparison to a lot of other luxury brands that put, like, the little brushes in the actual component themselves, if that makes sense. So I actually do like that these come actually in the dust bag, so it's not getting all into your palette, if you know what I mean. So that's just a little side note. Again, these wouldn't really be something that I would personally use, but if you're somebody that tickles your fancy, I like to use my Refer brushes for my eyes, and I'm going to demonstrate how they're going to apply for you guys today. So let's start with the palette. First of all, everybody liked the video simply because this component is fucking stunning. Like, the best packaging I have ever seen for a makeup product. And let me wipe this off so you don't get my fingerprints all over it. Y'all know how much I feel, or you know how I feel about stickers. No stickers. whatsoever. Like, it just looks classy. It looks expensive. Like, tell me you don't look at this and be like, yo, that's pricey. That's expensive. That's exactly what you're getting. So this was where I was like, this could be real fun, because this is probably the heaviest component that I've ever felt as well. It feels luxurious. I want to do a little weigh test. All right. You're not going to be able to see this, but trust me, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to weigh this in ounces and also grams, and then compare it to brands like Hermes. And also, remember this one from Pat McGrath? This was the highlighter. This is probably the most luxurious packaging I've ever received. And also, Westman Atelier, the super loaded tinted highlighter. I'm always telling you guys, it feels like a hockey puck, right? So let's start with Westman Atelier, the super loaded tinted highlighter. That's at 3.5 ounces or 99 grams. Okay, I'm gonna stick to ounces because I think that'll be probably easier. So 3.5 ounces is what this weighs. Miss Pat McGrath, this highlighter, 6.7 ounces. I cannot wait to see how this compares. So this, the total weight, it's 5.6. So this is a little bit more, like a little bit heavier, but I feel like this, overall, the aesthetic looks so much nicer. Like, so if you're familiar with this, little lighter than this one is what you're going to get with the Louis Vuitton. Again, 5.6 ounces or 158.7 grams. So significantly more weight-wise from Westman Atelier. Now let's, for funsies, let me throw on this Hermes because I said in my little short there, if I had to compare the Louis Vuitton just level of unboxing and I guess like the overall structure and how everything is packaged and stuff, the brand that I thought of was Hermes, simply because they do like the box inside of a box and it just has that more like elevated experience, I feel. But the weight on, what is this? This is the blush, 1.62 ounces. So significantly less weight-wise than the 5.6 ounces. So this is like what I was saying about Hermes in comparison to the Louis Vuitton. So you've got the box, inside of a box, you get it. I personally like the overall aesthetic of the Louis Vuitton just because, one, I'm more favorable towards Louis Vuitton because I would say out of all of these luxury brands, purse-wise, Louis Vuitton's my favorite. I always love their, like, the monograms. I think it's also the most nostalgic. Like, remember when we were all kids? And everybody had their, like, little fake Louis? I don't know. It's just one of those things where I'm like, it's so just nostalgic and special to me. So when I saw this launch, I was just like, immediately, yes, I want to support it. And I wouldn't even say necessarily support it. I'm just like, I'm nosy. I'm more nosy. That's why I want to know if it's good. Shelly's asking, what about the Gucci palette? I feel like the Gucci palette is really beautiful. Also feels very luxurious because, as it should, it's Gucci. But I feel like this is more elevated than the Gucci palette. So if you're familiar with Gucci, think Gucci, but a little bit more. And that's what I feel like this is. So let's get into actually trying the products. Like, isn't that what you guys are all here for? I feel like I've just been rambling, but hopefully it's all helpful for you guys. Hold on. Can you guys hear me? My stepdaughter's little AirPods just connected to my computer for some reason. Can you guys hear me right now? How do I turn that off? Hopefully you guys give me something. Can you guys hear me? Because I don't want to be rambling and you guys not hear me. Let me see. All right, I'm just going to keep going. Yeah, Kimberly, 41 peeps, 24 likes, I know. All right, the moment you guys have probably all been waiting for. What palette did I get? Probably not what you guys were expecting. But I'm going to show you why. I had a thought process going on when I was picking out the items that I wanted. And I'm going to show you. Because, listen, if I'm spending $250 on a palette, I'm going to make it worth my fucking while. And I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to do that. So, before I get into demonstrating, let me throw on some products real quick. That way, I probably should have did this before, but it's fine. But at least that way it gives us some time and you guys can like chitty chat with me a little bit. And then it gives people time to come into the live chat. Now, I'm going to start priming my skin. Let's use let's use the Say primer. I've been using this one the past couple days. And there's just certain products that I want to get onto my skin first, because I typically do my eyes first, but I want to get my skin nice and hydrated. So we'll get this done quickly for you guys. So, all right, you guys are all responding. Yes, you can hear me. Hello, Britches in the live chat. I see you guys. I wanted to really just get all that information out there because I'm like, I feel like it's just a lot. I know this launch is probably really overwhelming for a lot of people, especially financially. It's crazy. But I feel like this is what I was also thinking when I saw that this collection was dropping. What an excellent gift option. Because if I demonstrate these and you guys are interested, what a perfect thing to say, like, hey, I would love this for Christmas. That's at least what goes through my head. I'm going to be like, lover, if you're watching this, you could feel free to get me XYZ, right? All right, let me get some eye primer on. I'm using my Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas Eye Primer. Still one of the faves. I know it's been a while since you guys have seen me consistently on YouTube, but I've still been very active over on TikTok, Insta Story. So if you're not following me everywhere else, you should be, but this is still one of the faves. Let me get this all blended out and nice and good to go. This is why I love this primer, because it mutes out everything, especially when we're working with lighter shades like we're going to be working with today. It just mutes everything out. You can also use this as a concealer, but I personally like this for my eyelid space. And then we'll get into the Louis Vuitton palette. So I want to ask you guys, has anybody purchased from this launch? If so, because I'm nosy, what did you guys get? Because I'm so here for it. And I love seeing too how excited people are about it. Like, everybody that has purchased, they're like, oh my God, I can't wait. Like, especially when they've started seeing that I've been posting content and stuff like that. Like, people are genuinely excited. And I feel like too, that's another part of the overall just shopping experience is the excitement. You're getting something that's bougie, over the top. It's just a true makeup collector's dream, in my humble opinion. So, this launch makes me feel a whole lot better about spending money on brands like YSL Dior. I know, because you're like, hey, at least I'm not spending this kind of money, right? All right, so let me jump into this palette here. So automatically, I feel like the first questions that I've gotten are, how do these compare to Miss Pat McGrath? Now, I have used this once already. I wore this last night. And I just wanted to get an overall feel for it. I wanted to be slightly prepared for the video today. When I think of Pat McGrath, this is also why I was expecting to talk so much shit, because I've always said I never really understood the hype of Pat McGrath Labs. Like, Pat McGrath Labs, the brand. And I said that because I'm like, okay, these palettes are so fucking expensive, and I never thought I would really get that great of blends out of the mattes. I really love, like, the special shades, but everything else I was just kind of like, meh. So I'm going to start with the deepest shade. I wish this palette had just a little bit more depth for my personal preference, but this is what I'm going to say. In comparison to Pat McGrath Labs, with this color story specifically, because I think that there's 8 total, correct? You're not getting like that heavy pigmentation. I feel like you're still getting the blendability aspect, which is what I feel like a lot of people look for. But I honestly thought, when I was looking at the pictures, I thought these were going to be like quads of the special shades. That's absolutely not what these are. So if you're familiar with these other luxury brands, I feel like the thing with luxury is they design their products to be more ideal for more mature audiences, or just the overall like more minimalistic type makeup aesthetics. I feel like that is the overall vibe just for luxury in general, because if you really think about it, the demographic that is most likely shopping is more mature, has their shit together, has money. You know what I mean? So I feel like that is a pretty big consideration when it comes to their designing of their color palettes, color stories, all that shit, right? So as you can see, like, pigmentation's still there. It's just a much more subtle, I'm going to say, like, shimmer. You know, think like Charlotte Tilbury, something like that. Maybe, I want to say Dior, but I don't feel like Dior gives as much as this does, at least consistently. Like, I've gotten some good Dior palettes, but then other ones I'm just like, where is it? This, it's delivering. It has pigmentation. You can blend. We're good. Now, this shade here, I don't know the shade. Like, they don't have shade names, which is fine. So this one, actually, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to show you guys swatches. So this is swatches right here of everything that I got. I don't want to keep dipping my fingers into the palette just because I ain't trying to be wasting money when it comes to the swatching, unless it's for this shade here. So I feel like I would classify this as almost like a majority of like a shimmer palette with, I'm going to say this is more matte, but I would still classify this as like a satin shade maybe. That's at least how I would say it, because you see how they all have a little bit of metallicness, but it's not over the top. It's very subtle, very approachable, very flattering, if you will. Now, I could use a brush for this shade, but since this does have a little bit more sparkle to it, like that darker shade that I used first still has sparkle. This just has a little bit more that I'm going to focus right on the center. But you see what I'm saying? Like, if anything, this is going to give, like, pretty makeup. What is Cody? I'm like, everybody's saying, Cody, amazing! I'm coming out gay Saturday. How should I do my makeup? However the fuck you want. I love that for you. Congratulations. How are we feeling so far, though? Like, is this what you guys expected? Did you guys expect more? Honestly, this is exactly what I expected. Aside from the fact that I'm like, I feel like we're going to get special shades. That was a little disappointing. I was hoping for that. But I also was like, okay, but then again, it's a luxury makeup brand. So I really was not expecting there to be like, I don't know. I feel like with the more special type shades, it's typically more unflattering for when you have more mature skin, or if you have even textured skin, textured lids. You want it to be more flattering, and I feel like that's what these are really going to, I don't want to say it. These aren't going to accentuate the texture and stuff like that. It's more pigmented than I thought. Oh, I love that. So now I'm taking the lightest shade, and I'm just popping this right on the inner part of my eyes. So very soft, very natural. So if you're purchasing these, or I should say, if you're going into purchasing these expecting high pigmentation, I'm going to tell you to never shop luxury, period. That's just not what luxury brands deliver. If you're looking for something like that, shop indie. Shop Divina, Terra Moons, those are the brands. If you want something like this that's very natural, flattering, very user-friendly, buildable, then luxury is for you. And especially if you love bougie-ass packaging, then yeah, luxury will definitely be for you. If you sprayed them, do you think they would pop more? 100%. Usually that is a thing. Actually, let me do that with, I'm going to not spray in the pan. I'm going to spray on my brush. Just to see. I do think that usually this works. But I think with the type of formula, these do feel, I'm going to say a little bit drier. So I don't think it's going to be as probably flattering to do it with these. Because I don't think you're going to get like super high shine or anything like that. Listen, the longer that I'm doing my makeup, the more that this is going to make sense. Especially why I picked this color story. Because if you thought that I was spending $250 and only using this on my eyes, you got another thing coming. So, naturally, we got a 2-in-1 situation with this one right here. So, this is where I'm going to leave the eyeballs for now. Everything blends really nicely. We're getting even coverage. I cannot complain about this. I mean, I can complain at the fact that it cost me as much as it did. But if it performs, and then you have great packaging with it, I'm a lot less likely to bitch and complain about it. I want to add just a little bit more, just to kind of blend between these two shadows here. I think this shade is super pretty, though. I love how it's got almost like a NARS Orgasm type of vibe. where it's like a little bit pinky, a little bit peachy, a little bit gold. Sandy, as soon as I looked at it, I'm like, that's the palette I'm getting. It's not the most ideal color story for what I would typically go for, but I was like, listen, this will be the best way to really test the formula, see if I like it, to potentially get more. But how fucking awesome would it be if I could also use it as a blush palette? So yeah, that's definitely what we're doing. All right, let me get some other products on this mug. And then if you guys have questions in the meantime, feel free. If you guys would like timestamps down below, let me know if you guys like refer to timestamps when you're watching YouTube videos, because I feel like for the amount of time that it takes to do timestamps and stuff, people don't really take advantage of it. But that way, if you're watching the playback, you can kind of see, okay, where you do and don't need to watch. But we like to hang out over here. We like to, you know, we like to have an overall topic, but then we also like to hang out and chit-chat as well. So I'm going to use the Natasha Denona concealer, one of my absolute favorites. Guys, I did order the new Natasha Denona foundation. I hopefully will get it within like a day or two. So please believe that video will be coming. I feel like that's going to be like the foundation of the year. Oh, Patricia, thank you. Okay, Nitu says I like timestamps. All right, so maybe I'll start investing more time in doing timestamps for you guys if the majority rules on that one, because I personally think that they're helpful, but I know like not everybody gives a fuck, and it does take a significant amount of time to get the timestamps on and popping. Did you guys purchase the new Natasha Denona foundation? Because as soon as I saw that, I'm like, immediately yes. With how much I love this concealer, I think it's going to be phenom. I also just got my first ever Charlotte Tilbury PR package. I almost shit myself. So I got the new foundation from Charlotte Tilbury as well. I was going to wear that today, but the shade that I got is slightly too light. So I wore it yesterday, and I have some thoughts on it so far, but I really want to get a shade that's more ideal for what I should actually be wearing. All right, we're going to do a little Rare Beauty on the contour. Real quick. I'm trying to like blaze through this, guys. What do we think about necklaces on me? I feel so weird. Feels so weird. I need to take out that brush because we're gonna need that. I'm just gonna use, this was the first one I grabbed. So this is the Crystal E Cosmetics K21. Normally I like to use the K20 because it's a little bit more precise. But for the sake of the video today, we're just gonna do the big baby. Let's see. Thank you, Alexandria. It's so exciting. And I have to thank you guys for watching my content, even if it's not on YouTube. Between YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, you guys are who make these opportunities possible. So thank you guys for sticking with me. I know I haven't been as active as I used to be, but I'm trying. Okay, I'm trying. Let's see. These seems to be way more sparkle. Wait, hold on. Molly said there seems to be way more sparkle and depth to these shades than in the pics. I do agree with that. I do think that the pictures are not necessarily doing the eyeshadows justice. At least in my humble opinion. Alright, for foundation, I'm going to wear the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate because I feel like this is just most ideal for my complexion color right now because I am fairly tan. We got some good old St. Lucia sun a couple weeks ago. It's not an exact match. This is old as fuck too, so probably beyond expired, but depth-wise, I feel like this is going to probably match the best for what's in my collection right now because I have so many foundations that are like way too light for me right now. Even the concealers that I'm wearing, I'm like, probably too light, but whatever, we're gonna just make it work. Plus, I really like this foundation. I think this is on sale right now, Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate, for like half off at Nordstrom right now. Excellent foundation. Yes, on the necklaces. Okay. By the way, there's 70 people watching right now and 38 thumbs up, so I'm gonna need y'all to come through real quick. Thumbs it up, even thumbs it down. Like, thumbs it down is cool, too. It just tells me, and it also tells YouTube, that you guys like this shit or not. Like, when I'm dropping this kind of money, I would hope you guys would like the content. I apologize if this is taking way longer than what you guys would want it to, but you know, sometimes this is just how it is over here. We're a hot mess, and you get, like, mini reviews at the same time. Yeah, like, look at the shade match. Not even close, but it's better than what you're going to get with a lot of other shades right now. So we're just going to pretend that this matches really well right now. Okay, guys? Don't judge me. I did not come here to be judged. But beautiful foundation, though, I will say. All right, good enough, right? Little down the neck so I don't look crazy. Get a little yellow tones to kind of, whatever. It makes sense in my brain, at least. Okay, now we're going to get to the good stuff, I think, because, like, I think people are going to look at this eyeshadow and be like, all right, I could get that with probably any other palette, which you can, 100%. You can. I'm not going to sit here and say, judging by, I hope my armpits are hairy. I'm not going to sit here and say, judging by how these apply on my lids, like, it's worth $250. I'm not going to do that because it's not. Like, you could easily get this look with so many other palettes, including Pat McGrath. But it's everything as a whole is where you really have to, you know, like, when you're thinking about buying it or thinking about maybe asking for it for Christmas, those are the things that you should consider. Is that piece that holds the shadows plastic or metal? So I'm not exactly sure because I don't have this information. I don't want to tell you guys the wrong information either. So just in case you didn't know this, these are refillable. So there is a little switch on the back of the palette right here. Also monogram. Like, the details with the monogram are so fucking impressive. It's sick. So this little switch, you just push it down and it will pop up. So this, it does feel, I don't know, it kind of feels like metal, but it could be like a super high quality plastic. It's hard to tell, honestly, but I'm like trying to listen. It just like, I don't know, like everything, it just feels expensive. I don't want to tell you guys the wrong information. So, it feels very high quality. I'll say that. It almost feels like a light metal. It almost feels too durable to be plastic. So that's, but I'm like, okay, but who, like, I'm not somebody that creates components. I don't fucking know. I'm just going by what makes sense in my brain. It does feel like a light metal. And then you can take out the color story and then switch it out if you want to. Which, I don't know about you, but I'm not that girly. I like that it's an option. I like that it's refillable. But I don't think I would buy one component and then, like, interchange the color story. I think I would just buy everything. And also, this is one thing I didn't include in my reel or my short. The magnetic closure. No plastic, brass, and aluminum. Thank you, Rabbi. Hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Yeah, I'm so pleased with this packaging. Like, I expected it to be nice, but I did not expect it to be that nice. Let me just say that. And this is why I did the disclaimer that I did, because it's like, if you know me, you know how critical I am of shit. And for me to be impressed with something like that, I feel like just says enough. Yeah, the magnetic closure is real nice. It's very, very nice. All right, let me set this face, and then we're going to get into back to the palette. So let me just set with, I've been using this Lunar Beauty powder because I'm contemplating decluttering it. So let me just set this down. I've been using the pinky tone with this shade of foundation specifically to almost combat that yellowness. I got the Rouge monogram, which is like the inside of their bags, reddish browns. Oh, see, I didn't even look at like the accessories or anything because I'm like, one, I don't want to tempt myself even more. I easily could have spent so much fucking money. Like, I already spent a lot of money. But, you know, I'm not fucking loaded or nothing. I mean, maybe if you guys watch this video long enough and share it and do all the things, I'll be able to buy more. But I'm like, all right, let's start small. Let's buy one of each item. That way I can, you know, do the review and see just like a general idea. And I had somebody ask on my Insta story, they're like, because I asked you guys, I'm like, okay, is there anybody's questions just in case you can't make the live? And somebody's like, do you already want more? And I'm like, yeah, kind of. Because this is just like what I love. I love the super excessive packaging. It's so beautiful. It's all recyclable as well. Ooh! Let's see. The packaging is pristine perfection. It better be for $250. Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm like, all right, if I'm reviewing this shit, like, that's what made me take the plunge. Because I see that there's a lot of people that have been talking about this collection, and they're like, I don't know. It's like the audience is kind of weird about it. Like, and I get it because of how expensive it is, and it's like some people are like, oh, it's tone deaf, it's this and this and that. I'm like, yeah, but like this is why I like reviewing products and stuff, because it's like it'll help maybe discourage you, maybe it'll help encourage you, whatever, but it's like you don't need to run out and buy it right now. As far as I know, this is like a collection that's going to always be available. I could be wrong, but I don't know, like people are like, oh, I'm gonna wait for it to go on sale. First of all, if you're waiting for it to go on sale, I highly doubt it will ever go on sale. Because it's like, realistically think about it. Chanel barely goes on sale. Like, I honestly can't think of any time that I've ever seen Chanel Beauty go on sale. So I'm like, if Chanel ain't going on sale, Louis Vuitton ain't going on sale. And people look at it kind of too with, they say, well, Dior goes on sale and all these other luxury brands. But those luxury brands are also available in retailers. This is exclusive to Louis Vuitton, at least as of right now. So that's where I'm like, I don't know. I don't think, I'm looking for a bronzer if you're wondering what the fuck I'm doing. I really don't think this would ever be a collection that would see the light of a sale day. That's just my opinion. Where is my Hourglass Luminous Bronze Light? Because that is exactly the bronzer that I'm looking for, and I have no idea where the fuck I put it. Hold on. I just moved, like, all my collection around, and I can't find anything. Oh, I put it in the wrong drawer. That's why. That's what I thought. D2 says it will never go on sale. That's my speculation. Is I don't think it'll ever go on sale, but who am I? Maybe it'll surprise us one day, but right now, absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is intended to be in its own category. Like, this is, sure, like Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Dior, like all these are luxury brands, but I promise you, this is in a complete different realm of luxury beauty. And I could just say that just by the packaging alone. It's like none of these other brands can even hold a candle to what Louis Vuitton has delivered. So it's like, yeah, if you love luxury makeup, cool, and you don't want to spend this money, there's other brands. Like, there's so many other brands that have incredible products. You don't need to go out and buy this. It's not a necessity whatsoever. But that's where I'm like, I'm going to make this video for the girlies that are actually interested. And if you're not actually interested, that's fine too. Like, it's okay. But don't hate on us, the ones that are interested, okay? Let us live. That's at least how I look at it. All right, Hourglass Luminous Bronze Light. How many of you guys are so fucking excited about the Hourglass holiday launch coming up? I have a feeling it's going to be coming in like the next couple days. It said September 2nd when I signed up for the wait list, but I think it's going to be sooner than that. We shall see. All right, now, back to what we're all here for. We're going to use this bitch as a face palette, and I hope you're ready. So, I think if I were to say anything bad about this, it would be I expected the shadows to be a little bit bigger. Just judging by what they look like in the pan. Do I have any... I wanted to show you something for like reference size. I don't think I have any palettes or anything right in front of me. Let me grab a Pat McGrath palette just so you could see. Hopefully I don't have nothing on my butt. Don't look. Don't look. Let me grab... Hold on. I'm gonna grab a couple. Here we go. I grabbed the newest Pat McGrath and also this one because this is one of my favorites from Pat McGrath. Who am I? Who have I become? Because I'm telling you, I used to talk so much shit about these, but I can't do that no more. All right, so just to give you an idea, what we're looking at size-wise, significantly smaller. And that's where I'm like, if I had a complaint, that would be it. This was like the size I was expecting. So just consider that. These are not big eyeshadows. I feel like, honestly, what most people are going to be buying this for is the packaging anyways. The packaging, the collection aspect of it. Yeah, just when I opened this, I'm like, ooh, that's a little smaller than what I thought. So I thought it would have been cool to have bigger openings, simply because I plan on using this for a face palette, which this is not the way that it's intended, okay? But I wanted to do it anyways. So let me do this shade. So this is the one that I would consider like a satin. I'm going to do this on one side of my face. And as you can see, you could absolutely use this as a blush. At least if you're a complexion that is comparable to myself. I think if you're a little bit more tan, it would still work. See how it's got just a little bit of glow there? So I'm just going to add a little bit more. Using my Crystal E K32. It's cute, right? So then on the other side, I'm going to use this one because I didn't try this one yet. So since it's got more of a shimmer, I should probably be a little bit more careful, but I want to see what these are going to look like. So this is going to accentuate probably a little bit more texture, but it gives you a nice subtle glow. Are you guys seeing it? Am I capturing it? Is it working? Because I feel like I see it, but I can't see when I'm looking this way. I'm going to add one more layer just so we could see. Yeah, I feel like this wouldn't be one that I would necessarily reach for a blush. I would go at least this down first. Let me mix this. I'm like destroying this packaging right now, but whatever. We're doing it for you. I would probably lay this down first and then maybe use that as like a blush topper. Yeah, like this on its own I really like because it has that very soft sheen. This accentuates a little bit of texture here, so I probably would not recommend this shade. At least if you're somebody like me that has texture, I probably wouldn't recommend this shade or this shade. Do we want to see this shade on the cheeks? I feel like it's a little bit too deep for me, but we are going to put this shade as a highlight. And let me tell you what, I used this last night and it's fucking stunning. Love. So, does it suck that this costs $250? Absolutely. But do I feel better knowing that I could use this as eyeshadow, blush, and highlight? Yeah, absolutely. So this shade, for a highlight, spectacular. Give me 14 of them right now. It's flattering. It's just enough. This combo right here, immediately yes. Gorgeous. Love it. Super pretty as a highlighter. Super pretty as an inner corner brow bone highlight situation. We're going to get there. Let me grab my all over blender brush. What is it? My rougher one. Let me just run this underneath this lower lash line because I feel like my eyelid, like my under eyes look cray gray right now. Now, this is where I was really torn because when I was looking at these color stories, I really wanted the purple palette. I felt like a lot of people would have loved, everybody loves a purple eyeshadow moment. I just felt like it would have looked so pretty with my green eyes, but I'm surprised at how much I like the pink with my green eyes as well. So running that deepest shade under the eye. And I feel like too, if I wasn't doing a video, like I could do this makeup look so fucking quick. And I feel like that's another appeal about it. And then I'm going to take the lightest shade with my pencil brush, my rougher 3. And then this as an inner corner. Yeah, like when I wore this yesterday, I did this shade in my crease, this all over the lid, a little pop of this on like the center, and then this on my inner corner. I don't know, I feel like for a quad, this has just enough for me. I wish I had like a tiny more depth, But I think that my favorite thing about this palette is this highlight, because I love a pinky tone highlighter. And it's just like the perfect amount of pink. Perfectly brightening. I don't know. I think it's so cute. Let me know how you guys are thinking. Pinks are in my wheelhouse. Yes, girl. Let me get some brows on. Pink look fantastic. Thank you. I feel like pinks really grew on me, and I think Pat McGrath really did help with that. But I'm so excited to put that pink lip balm on, because guys, we're still not done. We still have more Louis Vuitton products. Is there anything that I have covered so far as like the packaging and stuff that you guys have questions about? Like anything you want me to elaborate more on while I'm getting these brows on? I really should have did this before. I'm sorry, guys. I went to dinner and I ate way too much food, so I was recovering before I came on camera. Struggle City. Also, the 21 Days of Beauty are coming up. And if you like this brow pencil, this is one of the brow pencils that are included in the 21 Days of Beauty. So I definitely plan on picking one of these up, or at least one. It's the Benefit Precisely My Brow. I'll be sure to update when things are live over on my Insta story and probably on my community page on YouTube. Let's see. I agree. The pink suit you. Thanks, girl. Got a jet. Thanks for showing us. Fantastic. You're welcome. I hope it was helpful. Am I giving you guys helpful, useful information so far? I honestly thought, with weighing it, I thought the Louis Vuitton was going to be the heaviest. Okay. Good enough on the brows. They don't need to be perfect. I ain't going nowhere. Okay. I wanted to do that because the brow bone highlight, I think, just looks so much better. It looks so much better when the brows are done. All right, so I'm going to take my MAC 242 and just highlight with that lightest shade. Look how good that is. Such a good highlight tone. Love it. How are you guys feeling about this so far? So cute. Love. Quick mascara. We're going to use the DIBS. I've been using this one pretty much every day. Have you guys tried this one yet? Let's see. Can I pop the refill out and show it by itself? Curious how deep the pans are. Absolutely. That's why I love live chats right there. Because that's something that I wouldn't think of filming the content. And now, if you were interested, now I can deliver that to you. Loving. I think this is just a whole look. But you know what's crazy? Like, even though when you look at this look, it's not anything exceptional. It's not anything super different, dramatic, or anything like that. But I would get the most compliments on a look like this. It's so strange how that happens, but it happens every fucking time. And that's why I love, like, neutrals. Even for pinks, I feel like this could be, like, a perfect little neutral color story with a slight hint / touch of pink. Because it's pink, but it's not too pink where it's like unapproachable pink. Does that make sense? It's almost like pink, slightly burgundy. And I think that's why it's so pretty looking on my eyes. I'm just quickly coating these lashes. So if you're unfamiliar with this DIBS mascara, it's a primer. It's like a primer mascara in one. And I've been loving this one as well. One more thing, and then we'll move on. Because this makes a dramatic difference as well. The Tarte, like, wake up liner, or whatever the fuck this is. What is it called? The Fake Awake. Love this stuff. Guys, I am so excited for the next new makeup release video. Holy shit. I just saw a new announcement, and I'm so excited about it. Stay tuned. That will be coming hopefully next week. Did I do new makeup releases this week, or was that last week? All right, run this under real quick, and then we're moving on. So guys, look at the eyes. What do we think? See, as that whole thing just came together, doesn't it just look like it makes more sense? I'm gonna do another one of these. Quick little dab of the lightest shade Quick little dab of the lightest shade on this side. It's just like bringing them all back to life. Whenever I've blended and done other eye work, I like to just top everything back off before I carry on to the rest of the look. Cute. Oh, I love it. Okay. I can't believe I'm this excited about this launch. You know what I need though? More blush. It's not giving enough. Need a little bit more. Because more is more. Especially with this whole like pink tone moment. More is more. And I'm just going in that more like satin. This one right here. That's the shade that I'm using. Does that help justify to you guys like it does to me though? Where I'm like, oh, I got like a 2-in-1. Yeah. I like how this side looks so much better. Without having all of that glow underneath. Because I feel like my texture is really accentuated right here. It's fine. Okay, so you guys wanted to see how thick the pans are. So I'm going to pop this. Hey, Alexandria, I love your excitement. So we're going to pop this up. And then, oh. I was thinking. I'm going to make myself nervous right now. I was thinking this was all like one component. They're not. So you could even wow, you can even interchange the individual shades out. That's so smart. I would say pan size, it's comparable to like thickness. Comparable to like a MAC. Pretty much any other eyeshadow. It's comparable. But this is what I'm talking about. How you can separate. So if you wanted to even customize a palette, you could. Oh, I was thinking this was like a whole unit, right? That's at least what I was thinking. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's cute. I like that. See, even in the detail with that, it's like, those are custom as fuck pans. There's a reason these are more expensive because they're not circles like with everything else. Oh, so you could create your own color story. Oh, I love that. Yeah, so that was like, okay, yeah. Love that. I was thinking it was all together and it would all pop out. But no. That's exciting. Okay, I really like that. I love this. I love this. I hate to say it, but I do. I fucking love it. Sorry if you cancel me, but I love this. I love it. I really hope my husband watches this and I can be like, if you're ever wondering what to get me, if you ever want to like treat me with something nice, you can always go get a Louis Vuitton. Oh, this is a whole look. I'm so excited. It makes me mad. Okay, so now do you guys want lip liner? We're gonna move on to lips, okay? So I got one of the lipsticks, one of the lip balms. So happy to be on the live, yes, girl. So again, love the packaging. If I had to compare to any other brand for the packaging, for the lip balm or lipstick, because like the component itself is pretty much the same. First of all, it has the most cunty magnetic closure. ASMR. Love the aesthetic. I'm like looking at my collection and I'm like, one of my favorite components for packaging is honestly Lisa Eldridge. I think these are so pretty. Weight-wise, I feel like these are kind of... Let's weigh them out. I feel like weight-wise, these are kind of comparable. This is two... My brush is on there. Hold on. Try again. Weighing... I'm currently weighing, if you're wondering what the fuck I'm doing. So, Lisa Eldridge is 2.39. And Louis Vuitton is 1.74. So, Lisa Eldridge is a little heavier. Let's look at Hermes. I feel like Hermes, kind of similar. Hermes is 1.5 ounces. Louis Vuitton's 1.74. Well, it's technically 1.75 if you round up. So this is a little bit heavier than what you get with Hermes. Hourglass. 1.06 versus, what was it, 1.75? Yes, 1.75. See, look at this. No sticker. Can you see what it says? It says Louis Vuitton, distributed by Louis Vuitton. Got all the shit down there. No, I'm like, am I in focus? No stickers. You got the little peephole so you can see the shade. So good. So good. One more. We'll do Westman Atelier because this is one of my favorite lipsticks. Period. Westman Atelier is 1.96. So Westman Atelier is a little heavier than what you get with Louis Vuitton. Also has the magnetic closure. So I feel like after weighing them out, feeling them, there probably are other brands that are comparable to this component, but you've got the engraving everywhere. This is custom as fuck, so it's going to be more expensive. So I'm like, do I think it's worth $160? I mean, I don't think I'll ever be able to say that a lipstick is worth $160. I thought Westman Atelier was my cap for the price I'd be willing to pay for a lipstick, but here we are. Especially for a lip balm. A lip balm, I'm just like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to sell you on this, but I'll at least show it to you. It is. There's so, Alexandria said that's attention to detail, 100%. And I feel like that's what they have done the absolute best. So I'm going to first do this on bare lips. So this is the lip balm. I got this one simply because I liked that it had the sparkle in it. Like when you swatch this, somebody commented on my video and they're like, oh, but when it swatched and it showed nothing, I wasn't surprised. I'm like, it's a fucking lip balm. Like it's a lip balm. You're not gonna see it. But you can't see the sparkle, but I feel like you're going to see it better on the lips. I get sassy over shit like that. So I'm going to do the lip balm by itself, just so you can see, and then I'll also do it with a lip liner as well. Because again, it's a lip balm. It's meant to hydrate your lips. Like, it's not... This is not going to rock my world. I already know that. And... this was solely something, like, if I didn't do content, I would have never bought this. But I'm like, okay, it's pretty. It feels hydrating on the lips, but I'm like, I was kind of hoping to see more. Like, I feel like you see that, like, you see the sparkle. Let me make sure I'm in focus. A lot more subtle than what I expected. Let me put a lip liner down first and see if that changes my mind. But it does feel nice. It's got almost like a minty flavor to it. It doesn't have like a cooling sensation or anything like that. All right, lip liner. Lip liner real quick. I'll mute out or at least put something a little over my lips to help. Iridescent and pretty. It's definitely pretty. Like, I'm not going to take that away from it, but I'm like... is it worth $160? No. Just because no lip balm is ever going to be worth $160. Let's just be honest. Lipstick, maybe. But lip balm... I swear I just had a lip liner. Where the fuck did it go? Because I wanted it to be pinky toned. I'm addicted to the Dior Lip Addicts. I don't think I have any of those. Alright, quick lip line. I need to sharpen this in the worst way. Just so we can see if it makes a difference. Because I normally do lip line. Yeah, we definitely need to sharpen that baby. And now I'll do the lip balm over the top of the lip liner. I feel like you're going to see the sheen a little bit better versus over bare lips. Yeah, like it feels nice. You know what I would say to this? It's a fucking lip balm. It's a fucking lip balm with bougie ass beautiful packaging. Is it worth $160 though? No, I wouldn't say that it is. If you're a makeup collector, pretty much what I would say to everything in this collection, like if you're actually interested in this, you'd probably be like, okay, I want it. But do I need to own all of them? Absolutely not. I feel like if you did one, you get the experience, you get to try it. It does feel nice on the lips. I'm not going to say that it doesn't. But it's $160. So there's that. Now, somebody did ask if you could intertwine with the packaging, because some people do like the white packaging better than the black. I haven't dissected how these work quite yet. Even, like, guys, this is the shit that I'm talking about. Even on the refill aspect, because you can purchase the refills individually. It's like engraving on the fucking refill. Like, no wonder why this stuff is so expensive, though. And even just the fucking packaging is so beautiful. Yes, so somebody was asking me earlier if you could switch out. So say if you're like, okay, I really like the lipsticks, but I like the white packaging better. These should be able to intertwine. So you just twist them. And I like, too, that for refills or refillables, some of these are kind of, like, this one's more difficult to get out than that last one. Sometimes these are really fucking hard to get out. Sometimes the refills, there we go. God damn. Same thing with the lipsticks. You can put the lip balm. Oh, and it's magnet. Oh, so I'm sitting here twisting and I didn't need to do that. So it's, look at, magnetic. That's nice. I could sit here all day and do that. So if you like the balm in the black packaging, you can switch them out, which might do that. We'll see. I do like the white packaging. If I had to pick between the black or the white packaging, I do like the white packaging. We're going to slip this back in here. Look at it. Such good magnetic closures. Love that. All right, so back to the lipstick. So I got the shade. I can't even look on the bottom. This is going to make me do everything. I think it's Dune Explorer. So it looks like this. Do you guys see a trend that I followed when I bought everything? So Dune Explorer looks like this. It's fucking beautiful. Love it. Another thing, another monogram. I feel like we're searching for like hidden Mickeys when we're looking at all this stuff. But just like the white packaging, very comparable. Weight is going to be most likely the same. I'm not going to put you guys through all that again. But it does have all the same aspects, like the little peephole up here, the engravings all around, engraving on the bottom, engraving here, like not a sticker in sight, and I'm so fucking here for that. Now let me take off this lip balm. Like, I love the way this lip looks right now. Just saying. I'm gonna take just the center off. Keep, hopefully, that lip liner on. And then put Dune Explorer on the lips so you guys could see what it actually looks like. So this is technically their satin formula. And I personally usually like a satin lip. So they have matte formulas. I love me a satin. So it's not like one swipe application, but it's, you do a pass, and then do another, and you've got fully coated lips. If you're excessive like me, you'll add another layer for added protection. Slightly peachier than I was expecting. But it's like, it feels nice on the lips. Is it unlike any other lipstick formula I've ever used? No, I wouldn't say that. I do still think that the most unique lipstick formula I have ever tried is either Westman Atelier or the NARS Audacious. Those are like my top two. But this is a nice, solid lipstick, especially if you like a satin formula. It's beautiful. Now, they did also send over some Samps as well, which if you guys are interested, I was going to try some of these because it looks like there's 3 mattes and 1 satin. Do you guys want to see me apply these? I think that looks beautiful. Love. What brand and color lip liner? I'm assuming lip liner. It was Lawless. I'll link this for you guys. Lawless. What shade is this? Pink Sand. They make some of my favorite lip liners. And then while you guys are responding, I know I just asked you, I'm going to do it anyways, because I want to see what this matte formula looks like. In the meantime, while I'm applying these lips, is there anything that I did not cover that you guys have questions about? Because like I said, this is an expensive collection, and if you're interested, I want to be able to answer any of your questions if you have them. So let's see. Oh, they even come with a lip brush. So it looks like this, the little samples. And then you can pull this out, and it even has a little lip brush in here. See? Attention to detail. I'm here for it. Now let's just see how fast it, or how long it takes me to get this out of here. I want to know about the mattes. All right, so in the matte formula, we've got Sensual Wave, Great Escape, and Nude Necessaire. Yes, Nude Necessaire. I'm going to go from lightest to darkest. Look at, even on this little fucking lip brush. See, attention to detail. Like, guys, I get it. I get why these are expensive. Even on the little lip brush, it says Louis Vuitton. Like, are you fucking kidding me? What other brands do that? None. I'm going to start with Nude Necessaire, I think, because this is the lightest one. I'm going to regret opening all these, watch, but I'm doing it for you. Alright, so this little ass lip brush. This is probably going to take me like a year, but we'll do it. I'm like, come on. Load up. This is where I could see you guys liking filmed content. So you don't have to painfully sit through me applying lipsticks with a little ass lip brush. You know what? Do I have? Let me see if I got another lip brush. This is like the one brush that I probably don't have, though, is a lip brush. I thought I used to have one from, as Vicky J says, Mr. Thomas. I could have swore I had a Tom Ford lip brush. But of course I'm not going to be able to find it. Nope. Sure can't. Love that. Looks like it's just me and you. Let's see. They want you to know it's Louis, 100%. I'm like, do I have any other brushes that I could use? No, not really. I'm not really a lip brush girly, so I feel like for being considered a matte formula, though, this isn't really, it's not super matte. Like, I feel like my lips are coated at this point. It's matte because it's, I would say it's like a comfort matte. Because it doesn't look matte where it looks drying. It just looks matte and comfortable. So this is Nude Necessaire. I think this shade is actually sold out currently. But again, slightly peachy, like pinky peach. Cute. Do you guys want a swatch of that one too? I feel like that'll help you probably visualize it maybe a little bit better, but let's do that. I'm trying to give you guys exactly what you're looking for with this collection. I hope I'm doing a good job. I know I'm a hot mess and most of the time a train wreck, but I really want to be helpful with this video. Alright, next shade I'm going to do is Great Escape. This is technically a matte as well. I really like this. The only downfall is I feel like I wish I had like the option to reseal it, because I'm not going to use this all in at once. And I want to be able to use it and it not dry out. Okay, maybe if I can get this open. There we go. See, I feel like this shade is definitely more my speed because it's slightly brown. It's like a pinky brown, and that's usually what I like. So let me get that off of there, and then we'll go in. So this is Great Escape. This is so smart, too. Giving out these little sample cards. Because you're like, aha, bitch, I know you'll be back. I know you'll be back for more stuff. So we're going to get ya. Maybe a new formula. Maybe a new shade. Yeah, this shade is like on my lips, but this would be a perfect shade for me. This is the shade that I should have gotten, I think. Just because it's something that I would wear all the time. And exactly what I go for. And it goes perfectly with this look as well. So if I had to choose, the Great Escape would be in a matte formula. Probably my perfect, like, pinky nude. A little Ziploc. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. Definitely going to have to do that. Oh, that's so pretty. Fuck. Not going to want that one. Hopefully my husband's watching. The Great Escape. Matte lipstick. I'm going to have to send this to him. Be like, I really need you to watch this through so you could tell me what I did wrong. All right, let me give you guys a swatch of that real quick. Now that I just wiped off that first one. Hold on. All right, so that was Great Escape. I got to give you guys another swatch of these two side by side. Hold on, let me wipe this off. Bare Necessaire and Great Escape. Like, swatching these like this, you're not going to get the best visual because I'm not trying to use this whole thing, and I'm just running my finger through the top of it. Yeah, that shade's so pretty. That's the one I should have got right there. Lipstick scent. I don't notice a scent. I noticed a scent on the lip balm. It has like a minty one. Yes, thank you, Veronica. See? Love the live chat. I don't notice any fragrance, which I know a lot of people will like. Some people had asked if it has like that like stereotypical luxury makeup smell. Let me smell actually the palette too, because I didn't notice a scent with these either. I highly doubt these will have a fragrance, but yeah, I don't notice no fragrance. So the only one that has a fragrance that I personally notice, and I'm fairly sensitive to smell, is the lip balm. At least the pink lip balm, because that's the only one that I have. So I can only speak on behalf of that one. So minty, and I'm going to say fragrance free on this one. So now we have, what shade is this? 207 Sensual Wave. This is another thing, small detail, right? So we've got these little, we're in this like sample card. Even on the inside, it says the name. So you've got the name here and the name here. Just incredibly helpful when it comes to the details. Where did my little lip brush go? No. Oh, there it is. I'm like, no. Gotta wipe this one off first. I got a matte lipstick and a satin refill. Both have rose scent. I don't notice rose either. I don't notice rose at all. Interesting. Thank you, Kimberly. She's telling y'all to like and share. 85 watching and only 58 thumbs ups. Just saying. Okay. I'm working hard over here. Y'all can't even thumbs up my video. I'm kidding. Relax. All right, let me get some of this off, and then we'll go in. This is another shade that I think I'm really going to like. This is the only downfall with shopping online is sometimes it's hard to make the selections that you want because they look different. Like, I felt like online the shade that I got looked more brown, which is why I picked it. But just be mindful. Well, that's also why I wanted to give you guys swatches of these as well, because maybe it'll persuade you or not persuade you. Maybe it'll help you with your making your purchasing decisions. Okay, for being a tiny ass brush, I didn't think that I was gonna like this, but it's like you can get so precise. Actually works quite well for a little old lip brush. Cute. This one's more rosy tone. I like that they're matte. I really like that it's matte, but it's not drying. That shade's cute as fuck. So that was, what was it? Sensual Wave. Another matte formula. And then I'll give you a swatch. Oh, yeah, that's pretty. I think that one for spring. Like, even, I feel like that's a really nice, like, transitional. Could be appropriate for fall, but also for spring. That's cute. All right, one more. Let's see. Nobody else send the one more to go. While we wrap it up, do you guys have any other questions before? I'm gonna mute down my lips again. Do you guys have any questions before we get to the end? Because we almost there. We got one more lippy. I like that. That one's super pretty. Sensual Wave matte formula. Oh no. There we go. No, I'll just start off by saying, Monogram Rouge. This would not be a shade that I would ever buy in a lipstick. I don't love dark lipsticks. I'm a liquid lipstick girly when it comes to dark colors. So this would be an automatic no for me. The eyeshadow brushes that come with the palette would be a nice... Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that. Should we try it? Let's try it. Because I won't use these for eyeshadows. I know that I won't. Let me see. I feel like... Oh yeah, this one could be. Yes! Let's do it! Let's do it. Let's do it. Alright. Good call! See? Again. Why I love the live chat. Oh, see how much better that... Oh, that color's pretty, though. There was one... Oh, my God. I wish I could remember the name of it. There was one shade that was darker. I'm like, okay, I would never, ever, ever go for that. But it looks so pretty. I know, Patricia. She's like, good luck. All the colors look pretty. And this is technically a satin formula for this one. Yeah, this color is super pretty. Wow, good call on the fucking eye brush for a lip brush. Good fucking call. Have you guys seen anybody buy like the whole lip collection? I don't even think that I've ever gotten my Cupid's bow that sharp before. Now that I just messed it up. Jinxed myself. Certain areas this brush is a little bit hard, but it's not intended to be a fucking lip brush, but we just made it work. Definitely gives holidays. 100%. I mean, with this eye look, absolutely not. But the lip, we'll do one of these. But the lip itself, very cute. Ooh. Let's see. Oh, you did get this one? Yeah, this is really pretty. I feel like it looks more... I feel like it's translating more red. Like, it's still red, but in person, it's almost like a red-brown. I feel like it looks more red on camera. This is real pretty. This on, like, a deeper complexion would be so pretty. I mean, it's pretty on its own, regardless of complexion, but that's a super pretty shade. Not something I would typically go for in a lipstick formula, but that shade was real cute. Yeah, if I had to pick a favorite, though, Great Escape is definitely going to be probably best for my selection, for what I like and what I typically would go for a lipstick. Let me use this brush. I'm going to get that red off of here. I want to use this brush for a shade that I really like. I mean, I really liked all these, honestly. But I think that shopping for these in store is probably way more helpful than shopping online, because I do feel like they look, or at least the shade I got, like I said, I feel like it does look different than what I expected. But I'm still not mad at it. Like, it's still cute. After seeing this video, how are you guys feeling about the collection as a whole, though? Like, were you, this is what I'm most curious about. Were you even excited in the first place? If you were excited, are you even more excited now? Are you less excited? Were you initially not interested and not interested, vice versa? I would love to know where you guys are at for your overall thoughts. This as a lip brush is great. You see how much faster I was just able to do that shade there. So let me see what you guys are saying. Patricia's comment is still cracking me up. All the colors look great. Good luck. Oh, I forgot to give you guys a hand swatch of this last one. What was it called? Monogram Rouge. Technically a satin. So that one is Monogram Rouge. You're more excited? I feel like justified in my in my overexcitement about this launch. Yes, girl! So this was all the shades that we got in our little complimentary palette. Love it. Super cute. May have sold me on another lip product. I think the only thing that this look is missing is lashes, but I'm not going to put them on because I'm just literally going to take them off right after this, or at least that's how I'm feeling presently. Do you guys have any more questions regarding this launch? I was excited, love the packaging, not sure about getting the eyeshadow. I think this is honestly my overall thoughts. Like, if I were to summarize my thoughts on it, I'm like, if you're a makeup collector and you don't give a fuck about just pissing away money, sure. I think this would be an excellent option for a gift. Like, if you know somebody that's a makeup lover and it's like you don't know what they have already, you don't know what they would like, it's so extra, it's so classy, it's so gift worthy. And I think that's where I feel like this really stands, is gift or special occasion. Like if you're getting married or something like that. Like this, I would have loved to have had like the neutral eye color story for like my 10-year vow renewal that I just had. Because I think it's just, I'm one of those people that likes to commemorate certain things with certain things. Does that make sense? So like in my background, oh, you can't see it right now, but like I have my eyeshadow palette that I wore on my first wedding day over there. So it's like if you were getting married or you just have like a really big event, or if you just want to treat yourself, then it's like, yeah, fuck yeah, do it. It's not necessary by any means. It's excessive. It's over the top. It's luxury. Like, I feel like that's truly what the definition of luxury is. Like, over the top. It's just like unimportant, but some people just love that shit. And I'm one of those people. I want to put this balm over the top just to see. Now, have you guys seen any other reviews on this collection yet? Because this is one thing that I think is really interesting about this launch as well. I talked about it in the beginning. I was really surprised to see as much PR with this as I have. So I think I've seen like Al Feisty. I think she's the only one that I have seen do a review so far on her purchase. A lot of what I'm seeing though are like, one, the same color story, but two, it's all just PR unboxings and stuff like that. I have not seen anybody, I haven't watched Al Feisty's video yet, but it's like I have not seen anybody do like what I did today. So I think that's also like an interesting aspect of this launch as well. I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think. Overall, my thoughts are, if you're interested, do I think it's worth it? If I had to pick one thing that I do think is worth the investment, I would say would be the eyeshadow palette. Simply because I just love the packaging. I think that the eyeshadows look really nice. They perform nicely at least this shade does. Ultimately, is it worth $250 though? You decide. Because it's, I don't know, the things that I personally look forward to, especially when it comes to spending that kind of money, I do feel that it meets all the expectations that I've had. It gives you that luxury experience from the packaging, the delivery. Like, I got mine like overnight shipping. So it's all these things, those fine details, everything that goes into it. I do feel like it meets that standard. And don't get me wrong, I would have loved to have not have paid as much money as I did for it. But ultimately, it's like, listen, when you want good shit, sometimes you get what you pay for. And I feel like a lot of the time, this is where I always say, if you're unfamiliar with my channel, like, I'm not really a drugstore makeup girly or anything like that, because I feel like I would rather take my money and invest it in something that has the things that I look forward to, which is nice packaging and stuff like that, like the no stickers. Those are just the things that I personally like. Not everybody gives a shit about that stuff. I don't know. It's going to be ultimately you decide how you want to spend your money. I'm not mad at my purchase though. Like, I'm really not. It exceeded my expectations when I was like, I bought it and I'm like, I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why I'm spending this kind of money. I'm probably not going to love it. And I just think ultimately it comes from never seeing this level before. And I feel like that's where they're just on a complete different level. And I think that's ultimately what my biggest takeaway is nothing else is going to compare to what Louis Vuitton has done. And then you've got all that, plus the fact of who it is and who it's in collaboration with. Like, those things cost money, therefore you're going to fucking pay for it. And that's ultimately business in general. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think. Let me see. If I was in this tax bracket, I would buy several eyeshadow quads and a few lipsticks. However, I am not. I guess I need to buy a lotto ticket. Fuck yeah, buy that lotto ticket. Maybe you'll get lucky. Who knows? I agree though. Like, you know, it's not going to be for everybody, and that's okay. Like, if I wasn't a content creator, I would not have ran out and buy it. I would have maybe have bought it, like, if we were taking a trip to New York City and I wanted to commemorate the trip or something, and you just want to do like a little treat yourself, I feel like that is where this is perfect for that. You know, luxury experience for sure. Eyeshadow looks gorgeous. Thanks you. I've been the exact same way since I was 16. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. We've been here for an hour and a half. If you guys have any questions, feel free. Leave them in the comments down below. I'll be sure to answer them. Other than that, we've got a lot to talk about on next week's new makeup releases. We've got new Charlotte Tilbury. I picked up, well, I didn't pick these up. These were actually sent to me. New Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation, and also the Airbrush Flawless Matte Blur Setting Spray. Natasha Denona Foundation, that's coming. What else? Whatever else you guys want, you guys let me know. And overall, I would love to hear your thoughts on if you've gotten any of these items, if you were happy with it. Feel free. Leave all the comments down below, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye!